So hello and welcome internet. I am Ink Knight, also known as Gladiator, and I'm joined here with Bright Offs. Only two people this time,
Hello.
but we shall still do the analysis, regardless if it's just me by myself or someone else with me. But welcome Bright back to the analysis. It's been a while since you've done another one.
Yeah, it's been a while. You usually tend to do them once I've fallen asleep.
Yeah, I usually do it around Sundays around this time. A little bit later than what I wanted to originally, but we get to it. But last
It
week was
happens.
full of surprises, and well, at least my team is full of surprises, and quite ridiculous nonsense that happened throughout it too. uh, I guess we can start out with what happened with your team. We'll start from the bottom and go up top. Change the normal.
Oh,
Hello, Ronki.
alright.
And plus, Ronki's watching this, so
Alright.
I know he wants to hear what you have to say about the match.
Honestly, it was one of those. The Rumkeys versus no, Lumkeys versus Lisbon. It was a draw, and the only one that's draw of this week. I will give you that.
Mm-hmm.
It was very much a case of it was very much a case Nuffle was screwing with me the first half, and then the second half the tide swung in my favor.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was quite enough to. Like, first half is just me trying to just wallop his people with my Sauruses a lot, and I was walloping them, but their armor just wasn't breaking
Dang humans and their
at all.
freaking dwarf armor that they stole.
Meanwhile, Meanwhile, after a bit, my Lizardmen started getting knocked out and stunned and all that, and it was just very frustrating.
I wouldn't blame you. His dice rolls look to be fairly even, though he had a lot less ones and sixes, obviously. Granted, of course, the ones could happen on anything. That doesn't really matter. And, I mean, the dice is about even between you two. Yeah.
Like, I will
Go ahead.
I will give you that. Di- just as far as it tells, the dice rolls were very similar, but when you swapped the blocking dice, it just gets ridiculous.
Yeah, you did a lot more
Uh,
blocking dice than he did. You had a lot more both downs, but you also had a lot more stumbles and uh, defender down. But you also had a lot more attacker downs. You had a lot more skulls in average.
Now here's the thing: I'm looking at the block dice here. Because we both had the exact same number of stumbles. I had a few more solid blocks,
Mm-hmm.
but let's see, 18 skulls, 27 both downs, and 47 pushes.
I will say this: Romke had a lot more fives than you. He had 36, while you only had 16. So in that respect, the dice was a little bit more in his favor than yours.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
but
Oh
I mean,
well.
it was a tie. Y'all both did good. How was Russian Trump? I didn't really watch this match, so how was Russian Trump? How did he do?
Um. Let's see, what was it? I think he got knocked out. He was knocked out as he remained knocked out.
Bright, I know you care about your star player here, okay? You can't keep on telling them,
It
hey,
wasn't
just
my
go down
choice.
after a hit, okay?
It wasn't my choice, damn it. It wasn't my choice. I wanted him killing people.
But yeah,
And I tried.
uh,
I tried so hard, but it just wouldn't get.
maybe he's
Just
just
wouldn't
being a
break.
baby and just faking it without your knowledge here.
No, it's not that. I kept stamping on his people and all that, and it wouldn't break the goddamn armor.
He stole your armor or the dwarf armor or whatever. Oh man, but yeah, good game. Could have been a lot worse for both of you. Considering.
Oh yeah.
I think both
Oh
your
yeah.
teams. You're not missing any people, are you?
Um, Let me check. Let me just double check. I don't
You
think
are not.
so.
Is the humans missing anyone? I don't think he is either, but I just want to double check. He is
Yes,
missing
because
a guard blitzer and a guard lineman. So that is actually pretty big. I'm not gonna lie. But we'll get more into that for the
Oh
predictions.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, you also fired Ted Cruz and replaced him with Order 66.
Was that a skink?
Yeah, yeah, that's a skink.
Yeah. But either way.
Just to be fair, Ted Cruz had lost a pointed movement.
Oh yeah, you had to fire him
That
after
was
that.
why that's why he missed the last match.
Yeah. Well, it could have been a lot worse. At least it was just a skink, so it's fairly inexpensive to replace. And skinks are really good. So
Oh yeah, he wasn't. He was a skink that hadn't even leveled up.
there you go. So yeah,
Fuck him. He hadn't
exactly.
leveled up. Screw him. He's gone.
Yeah, I did see that, Romkey. I'll talk about that later. But anyways, good game. Let's talk about the next match, which was a complete stomp. Well, kind of sort of. There was a few deaths in it. But let's talk about the 4-0 with the Orcs winning over the Ogres.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I believe this was. Yes, if I recall correctly, this match had already happened. This match had happened before the last week's analysis video, didn't it?
No. It happened after. It might be maybe the same day, but like
Yeah, because I recall that I think this was when Russian Trump had lost his position as top of the serial killer board. Was because of this match.
By the way, Pig Dog, I did not miss your match yet. I'm doing it opposite this time, where I'm moving from bottom to top.
Yeah, that's right. This is how his orc became top of the serial killer board because he killed a bunch of fucking snotlings.
Yeah, and by the way, I don't know if you've seen it, but Black, he lost a couple more Black Orcs.
I'm seeing at least one death.
And that was a Black Orc. I don't know what's going on with his, like, what kind of Black Orcs he's recruiting, but their armor is paper and they die constantly. What is going on?
You want to know what's really sad?
What?
Just the fact I'm looking at the block dice for this match, and the Goth clan only got
9 pals. And, well,
yeah,
stumbles,
9
but it
pals.
doesn't matter. Well, he has 5 both downs, which kind of matters against Nobblers. So.
Yeah, if you got the block, yeah. But I'm just saying, just considering just how few of these blows actually connected with the Snotlings, the fact they still managed to kill 3 of the fuckers.
Well, let's look at Black's team. Black's team, he has like a few mighty blows on his team and tackle, and they're all his blitzers. And of course, they're strength 3. Nobblers, I believe, are just strength 1. So they're going to constantly get doubled or tripled or doubled died or diced, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, tackle does help very much there.
And
improve the situation.
Well, tackle
Plus
and mighty blow. Mighty blow is, oh my gosh, it turns a Nobbler's armor from 5 to 4.
I'm just wondering, did he have 2 people with piling on before this match or after it?
I think he had 1 player, but not before it.
I mean, to be fair, because I'm seeing at least 2 people with piling on now, so 2 of his blitzes. So...
Yeah, he's turning those blitzes into killers, all right. But yeah, I think one of them did, and he leveled up the other one. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Okay, that kind of explains the incredibly high.
Now, like I said, he is down a Black Orc, like he died, and then another one, he lost armor value. Another Black Orc, another one of his Black Orcs lost armor value. That's really bad. He really cannot hire another one. He needs it for the playoffs. So he's in a bad position kind of for his line.
I mean, to be fair, considering his luck with Black Orcs, I think the fact that it's lost armor doesn't really matter. Considering his history with...
Yeah, with Black Orcs and how they've been dying and dying and dying. I mean, I killed 2 of them in my match, but... I had to talk about my match in this week because it was amazing. I had to talk about it later. But anyways, he lost a Black Orc, he's down a Black Orc, and he lost his Goblin. So he cannot 1-turn touchdown anymore. However, he does have 2 piling ons. He still has a Troll, which has Strong Arm, which would be kind of pointless now since his Goblin's gone. But he has a thrower with Hail Mary Pass, I believe. I believe that's Hail Mary Pass. So his upcoming game is going to be interesting. But we'll talk about that in a bit. Good job, Black, for destroying the Ogres. I mean, Ogres, it's like a coin. They either do good or they do crap. And most of the time they do crap.
Yeah, I had a look at the leaderboard, just the win-loss rates. Man, it's just sad when you look at painful suffering.
1 to 11. But either way, I'm not even going to really go through the dice because there wasn't many blocks. Of course, the Nobblers go down. And I believe the strongest Nobbler on his team is dead. Wait a minute. I've got to look at his Ogre team right quick, though, just because I'm curious. He only has 2 Nobblers. Granted, yes, he has a block Agia Ogre, so he really doesn't need the Nobblers, but at the same time, once they get outnumbered so bad, it's almost kind of pointless to have. Like, you need a higher Nobblers.
Correction, I will interrupt here. He has 2 Nobblers. They're both out.
Oh! I see that now. So, he's going to have a bunch of...
all his Nobblers going forward are going to be linemen.
Well, they're going to be loners. It's going to be loner Nobblers. He has 40k, so I expect him to get 2 more Nobblers. I don't know if he will, but I expect him to do.
I mean, I will just say this. At this point, does it, considering they're Nobblers, does it really matter
well, kind of,
if
yes
they're loners
no.
or not?
Kind of yes and no. Because he needs a ball carrier.
I mean, he's got that, and anger quickly burns out.
I mean, yes, but that's only movement balance 5, and that thing can go stupid any moment.
Yes, but the Nobblers only go movement 5, and they're a lot easier to take out.
But they can be thrown.
Exactly. That's why having a bunch of disposable Nobblers
that is
useful.
fair, because they would just be ammunition for the ogres, wouldn't it? But you can only throw 1 Nobbler, so I guess it's like half and half. He's going to get a lot of petty cash, and I think his match is going to be against Gojira, so we'll talk about that later. But anyways, let's move on to a very unique match with the Chaos Dwarfs and the Bretonnians. Now,
yeah, the Ember Knights won it, but at least one of their people died.
Yeah, a lineman, which really didn't matter because linemen are pretty cheap for Bretonnia. I think they're like 40k.
Do we know which lineman it was?
It should tell me. I think it will, maybe something like that. I don't remember. Does it? No, it doesn't tell me. However, there was a recovering alcoholic that stole the MVP. So none of his valuable players got that SPP. I mean, doesn't matter. I mean, kind of yes and no. Both his blitzers got SPP. I mean, they got touchdowns. They didn't get any injuries in that match. I mean, it's kind of hard to hurt dwarfs. Let's be honest here. But at the beginning of the match, I actually saw this part. Scythe pulled off something amazing with the Chaos Dwarfs. He had a loner with the secret weapon, the blunderbuss. He was able to pass it to a hobgoblin, and that hobgoblin was marked by a blitzer with diving tackle. And it was a 2-turn touchdown. He blitzed him, he moved him because he had sidestep. He didn't actually take him down. So he was still in his tackle zone. So he was able to dodge out with a 2+ against his dodge. So he got a 5. And then I think he did a go for it and made the go for it. That was an amazing play. He got really lucky, and Scythe caught it. Like, this is his only thing that he's going to get in this game, and then Nuffle's going to screw him, and he pretty much did. Because the 3 touchdowns afterwards.
Yeah, there is one. I'm just having a quick look at the Strickland family at the moment. Yeah, he does. Admittedly, Ted, one of his Chaos Dwarf blockers, has lost a point of movement.
Hey, Grim. Yes.
So there's it's very much a case of I'm not really sure if, because let's be honest, Chaos Dwarves, you're not really.
It's not a bad injury, really. It's just a miss next game to him because the Chaos Dwarf blocker, you're not gonna be moving him. He's there to create space for your other players, and he has tackle.
I mean, to be fair, he does have the money that he could replace Ted with another Chaos Dwarf blocker, but that's completely up to him. That's up to him.
It's up to him.
Though, I will say, he does have a rather terrifying thing in the form of Bubba.
Yeah, Bubba is pretty darn scary. He has block, mighty blow, and tackle. He is a killer. And I think if he can roll doubles, he can... No, he cannot. Okay, so he cannot get mutations. That is quite unfortunate, because I know the Chaos Dwarf blockers can, and I think the Minotaur can. Yeah, the Minotaur can get mutations on doubles. The Chaos Dwarves, I know can get mutation doubles. Can the Hobgoblins get mutations? I cannot remember.
Much.
They cannot. So the Chaos Dwarves blockers and the Minotaur can get mutations on doubles, which is actually really unique because he has claws on Dale. So if he's fighting another high armor piece, the claws is actually something really useful, and he also has Mighty Blow. So his team is really solid. But yeah.
Yeah, and he also still has Clyde. Clyde's managed to stay
Clyde
alive this
been
far.
amazing. But either way, good job on you two for playing that match. Sorry, Scythe. I mean, you got enough. You always get enough. I don't know why. But let's talk about this next match that was, let's say, a bit injury full of destruction against the Rats. Because he only has 3 players for his next match. Because the rest of them got injured or died.
He still managed to win it.
He still managed to win it, but it came at a huge cost of his team.
Yeah, speaking of huge costs, I'm having a look at Serial Killers United got 25 armor breaks.
Yes. Maz did amazing against the Rats. I haven't seen armor breaks this high in a long time. For how many injuries there were in the match.
Injuries. I'm not seeing any.
Well, let's look at it. He had a lot of loners. They went out or got KO'd, and then the rest of his team got injured or KO'd. So, like, I think he only had like 3 real players besides the ones that he has. So I think he only had like 6 or 7 players. So half his team's technically gone. We'll look at this team in a second, but I want to look at this dice.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at it now. It's just, oh god.
Grim did a lot of dice. I mean, he kind of had to because he had no players, but he did a lot of rolls. He was able to come out on top. Yeah, of course, his blocking is going to be a lot lower. He only had 4 skulls though, so that's really good. I think he had a double or a skull and a both down on a loner though, so he tried to reroll and failed. But Maz's dice, it looks about average. I think he had a lot more stumbles and pushes, stumbles and both downs. Well, not really both downs. He had more better blocking dice than Grim ever thought about getting. Let's put it that way.
That is true.
But
if you want to see something sad, just have a look at the goddamn Rats team at the moment.
His team value currently is 560. I think I did some math. He's going to get like 960 when he get all of his loners. But yeah, his team is.
He's got 3 people left.
Pretty
he's
bad.
Well, he's got 3 people who are going to be active for the next goddamn match. And Masking the Rat Ogre is just. Admittingly, he got lucky with taking an agility, a point of damage to his agility, because I think Rat Ogres only start off with 1 anyway.
No, they start off with 2, but it's not really a big deal on a Rat Ogre. You don't want him to be moving too awfully much.
And he's lost a movement point, so. Not great, I will admit. It's not a great thing, but.
Now, the thing is, in a normal circumstance, the Rat Ogre at this point would be kind of pointless to have. But since it's so close to playoffs and you don't have many players left, you kind of need to keep them. That's the bad thing about it.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I think his strength of Gutter Runner has 2 niggles. I'm pretty sure.
Indeed, he does.
And
he does.
That means that if this guy gets punched down for somehow, I mean, he has Blodge and a strength up, so it's going to be a little more difficult. But if he gets blown by wind and goes down, he is dead, most likely. So,
yeah.
I hope
Let's
I
have a look at the
Grim.
people still left.
I know, he only has a Storm Vermin, a Lineman, and a Gutter Runner. That Gutter Runner is going to be his MVP right now. I mean, he has to have him.
Yeah, but the 2 heads thing is 2 heads and sure feet. Just run with it.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Just make sure you keep at least 1 reroll, because you might fail a couple, go for it. So just keep that in mind, Grim.
What do you think's gonna happen to Luke, the thrower?
The thrower?
The thrower who he gained a point of agility, and his injury is he's lost 1.
At this point, I would fire him and get a new one, but he has accuracy, so I guess it's not that bad. He's just soaking up a lot of the team value. Um,
Well, no, this next match, he's not.
yeah. Uh, you're going to get a lot of SV. Or I'll talk about it next in the predictions. So either way, let's move on. I'll talk about this later when we do the matchup in the predictions. But yeah. Good Grim that you won, but good Maz for destroying his team. My gosh. Either way, now we get to talk about my match against the dwarfs. And I'm gonna put it here.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the win. I needed the win. But this was a really weird match. Black called what was going to happen a little bit. We were both fouling. He actually had 2 expulsions. He had a death roller against me. And that death roller, like the first 3 turns he hit someone, my guy either got KO'd or injured.
I mean, that's kind of the point of the death roller.
I mean, he was fighting against goblins and rats. Luckily, they're only badly hurt. But my gosh, that death roller was ridiculous in that match. I mean, if you see it, he has 6 injuries against me. He was even able to KO my troll. So, I mean, luckily he came back in the next round. I mean, if you see the SPP here, it's a bit obvious on who should have won, but didn't win. But let's see what happens. All right, so he got a touchdown the first half, obviously. He got the ball. He had the death roller. He did a lot of damage to my team. So, I was a little salty in the beginning. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I wasn't the worst salts in the world, but I was a little salty. But it started changing. I was able to get the ball. And I'm pretty sure I got a 1-turn touchdown. With a goblin, of course. I threw a goblin. He has strong arm. He's going to land. And I make it. So that's how I got the first one. The second touchdown, however, or it might have been somewhere in the second half, but either way, I got a goblin touchdown. The second one, I threw a goblin. He did not have the ball. I believe that what's his name? Formal. He had the ball, but I blitzed with my strength up. Rat lineman that has block. He was able to get the ball out of his hands, so he stumbled him. So the guy's on the ground. He picked him back up. Anyways, I threw this goblin. I hit a line dwarfs with the goblin. The goblin survives, bounces behind him. So the goblin can get back up. His dwarf's already up from where he lost the ball. This goblin has 2 heads, so I used my goblin. I dodged through his tackle zones. He had to do a 4+ to pick up. He failed it first time, so I re-rolled it. I picked up the ball, dodged out, and then I handed off to a rat blitzer or a skaven blitzer. He grabbed the ball, and then I just run down the field so he couldn't catch me because he has movement miles of 7. None of his dwarves could catch me. So that was the most ridiculous play besides what happened with the Chaos Dwarf that I've seen this entire freaking week. That was a ridiculous play.
Yeah, that's very much that's the Benny Hill music kind of match. You know, what is it, Yakety Sax?
Don't, wait, say what again?
The Benny Hill music. I think it's officially Yakety Sax or something, but yeah, that's it.
I don't know.
You have no idea who Benny Hill is, do you?
Maybe not, maybe I do. Probably not.
All right, I'll link the actual music later on. Just
all right.
Because even if you don't know what Benny Hill is, you probably will recognize the music just from the sound of it alone.
I gotcha. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm really kind of disappointed with my claw people. They didn't really do that great against the dwarfs. They could have done a lot more if they got better rolls. So, I mean, my injury rolls was kind of crap against him. Of course, my injury rolls was, like, they're all badly hurt, so it could have been a lot worse. He did foul a Skaven Blizzard, so it's going to be a little bit better for Oath in the next game. Because he's missing next game. But, either way, ridiculous game. Y'all have to watch this. It's something to definitely go look at. And, yeah, that was a great game.
Okay, I haven't seen this next one against Better Than Human and Cheerful Chasers,
that was actually, there was no game. Unfortunately, the Apple, he was very sick, so he couldn't play.
Right. Okay, sorry, okay, that makes perfect sense. that makes sense right there, because I was just looking at him, just saying, what the Elves had 1 touchdown, Chaos had 2 touchdowns,
And then you see no
nothing.
stats.
Yeah, nothing else, no armor breaks or anything. Just like, what the fuck happened here?
Yeah, unfortunately, Daffel could not play. He couldn't go into the chat and try to find a sub. I wish he could, because I'd rather have this game played than not. Either way, if the Chaos was able to get their hands on the Elves, it'd probably have been devastating. And I think almost everyone would enjoy that, I'm not going to lie. But, it was a free victory for Pig Dog, so in the leaderboards, I don't think it really changed too awfully much. But yeah, it makes his victories to 4. The High Elves is still in a decent position, 7-0-7. So it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot better. I wish the match was played, but you can't help when you're sick. You can't. I mean, if you're barfing and have a migraine, you can't even look at the screen. I don't blame you. So
Oh hell yeah.
either way,
Yeah, good.
get better, Daffel. I want you to freaking play next week. If you don't, please try to get someone subbed, please. But let's talk about the next match. I haven't been able to watch this one, but it was the Amazons versus the Sterling Stitches or Necromantic.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one either.
But
didn't
we can definitely look at the stats. There is a death, I believe, on the Amazon team.
Yeah, there is.
So that is something.
Who is that?
Let me see.
I'm just gonna quickly Amazon. Where the hell is Amazon? Okay, he hasn't leveled up his team yet. He hasn't leveled up. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure it was just a lion woman, so it's not really a big deal that they died.
Yeah.
Probably from the guessing of it might be from a
that...
PAL, but they have low armor, so if it's a PAL, it probably yeah. From what Romkey said, he watched that one. The dodging dice was just ludicrous for the Zons. Well, they all have dodge, so I kind of expect it. But let's look at these rolls real quick. I just want to see, since neither one of us really watched this match, we can't really say much. Armor breaks was kind of average for the Necromantic team. He did get a MVP for his Flesh Golem, which is really good, so he only needs a injury or a touchdown for that Flesh Golem to level up. And he should be able to get him leveled up for his next match, hopefully. Either way, he did okay. Granted, he sustained a lot of KOs, and he sustained 1 injury. Even though the Necromantic team didn't really get anything special. He got, I mean, of course, his Flesh Golem got an injury, and I think that, I don't know if that's a zombie or whatever, got an injury. But yeah, that was actually pretty bad on that part. He didn't get the ball at all. So the Amazons had the ball most of the entire game. That's unfortunate.
It is, but I feel like Sterling Stitches have done what they're meant to do in that sort of situation where they can't outplay the ball when it comes to the Amazon, so they just start smacking them in the face and try and kill as many of them as possible.
And looking at the dice, the rolls for low dice compared to high dice is pretty bad for the Necromantic team. His blocking dice is average, but his regular dice is garbage. Wow. I feel kind of bad for JW Rules sometimes. He gets knuckled so hard. I swear. But
I mean, to be fair, that's half this fucking league.
Yeah, I swear. Yeah.
That's pretty. I'm just gonna say this outright. If you look at the leaderboard, just pretty much everyone below, well, you, honestly, has pretty much from rank 9 down has just been. Most of the time, it's not so much that admittedly, sometimes it was just misplays, because that happens. You make mistakes happen, but pretty much from the Necromantic team at rank 9 downwards, it's just generally been various degrees of nuffle. Either being nuffled at a key moment that has cost victory or a tie, or just been so badly screwed over that it's just victory was just no way in hell.
Yeah. Could have been a lot worse for the Amazon team, because I'm not gonna lie, Gojira has done amazing this season. He is 11-3-0. He's undefeated for losses. Like, he's not lost a single game. I hope he gets a loss very soon. He gets to fight the Chaos Dwarfs next, so we'll talk about that in a bit. But he needs to get a loss. He does not need to be undefeated. He does not deserve to be the Patriots here. because the Patriots suck and everyone hates them in the NFL. But that's American football.
Yeah,
so.
you also have to take into account the fact that a lot of his best players are his blitzers, and they're leveled up accordingly, but a lot of them have taken like niggling injuries or injuries towards their armor value.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very much a case of all he needs is a few bad apothecary injuries or apothecary rolls, and he's in a lot of trouble.
Oh, he gets to fight ogres. Oh, he gets to fight ogres. He might have to fight ogres twice in the seedings, if that's correct. That's what Romkey said. He has to fight ogres, not Chaos Dwarves. So I got that mixed up. Either way, but
Wait,
good
seriously?
game. Yeah, I think so. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure.
You're right. Painful suffering.
Yep, that is going to be interesting.
Damn.
But either way, let's talk about this last match before we get to the predictions, and that is the Rehensibles of the Dark Elves versus Johnny and his Raiders.
Good. I haven't seen this one, but just the stats I'm seeing just says it all.
Yeah. It's just a bit
On the
disgusting.
plus side, at least from what I remember, from what I've heard from it, 2 of his people died, but his apothecary managed to save 1.
Well, with Johnny with having almost half, or not really almost half, but like a third of his team or fourth of his team having armor value 6, it's not really hard to injure his team.
Yeah, I think the one who's dead and gone is I think it was a lineman
I think it was
who
a thrower,
had.
actually.
Yeah,
it was a
wait,
thrower.
you're right. It was the thrower. Yeah, the thrower that had less armor value and what was it? Less move? Was it movement speed?
Yeah, it was movement allowance.
Yeah, it was the one I had taken the movement speed off. He finally is dead.
I mean, I'm surprised that Jake the Berserker, I think that's how you say his name. I'm gonna call him Jake. It's probably not Jake, and Johnny's probably gonna correct me later. But yeah, that's what I thought. But he has armor value 6 and a niggle. He's missing next game. Just die.
Just a niggle and his eye was gouged. That's why he's missing the next game.
It's ridiculous. Like 3 players have armor value 6, and his freaking Ulfrunir that has armor value 8 naturally has armor value 7. What the heck?
Yeah, it's the one that hasn't leveled up.
What the? Well, he got
Honestly,
some SPP.
I'm just gonna say this outright, Johnny. You'd be better off getting rid of Dog and replacing him, because you can afford it.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Because at this point, all that's really gonna change is the new guy will have slightly less SP. You haven't really lost anything of value.
Malt's saying he's trying to fix his team for him because he killed his thrower, which had armor value 6 and movement allowance 5. Yes, Malt, I appreciate you trying to fix Johnny's team. I don't know if Johnny likes it, but I appreciate you trying, because we all try to criticize his team, but he doesn't do anything about it.
Just like, okay, in the case of basically that lineman down there who, yeah, he's less armor value, but he's leveled up and has gained tackle and
Dirty player.
what is dirty player?
I mean, that's
yeah,
not
there's
bad.
an argument to be made for keeping him around.
But the Berserker, which has a niggle and armor value down, yes, he has Mighty Blow. But he, like, once he gets back, he will be bloating his team value by a little bit. And really, he just can just fire him and get another Berserker, and it'll actually be a little bit better.
Admitting there's very little. I'm pretty sure the only real argument for keeping Hamina, or however you pronounce the name around is the fact that, yeah, he's just a lineman. He's a sacrificial lamb. His job is literally to die. In exchange for, yeah, his job is to die in exchange for better people. And it's not worth replacing him at this stage when you have more important people you can replace.
Yeah, and it looks like he got some Witch Elves again. I think he already had one, but it was missing next team. I can't remember. But he got another Witch Elf. So his team is going to be probably at full strength at the playoffs. Unless he gets a bad roll, like a 1. So that's not too bad. Even if it's a loner, it's not going to be bad. So Malt's looking really good for the playoffs coming up soon. Apparently he has Leap on his Agi 5 Blitzer, which is actually very amazing. Goodbye, cages.
Yeah, that is terrifying. That is terrifying.
That is very terrifying. That blitzer needs to probably die now. I think everyone's going to probably target that blitzer, by the way, Malt. I think everyone's been targeting all your blitzers, by the way, Malt. So, yeah, that's extremely scary. I'm not going to lie. And, I mean, the rest of the team's just been solid. Like, they haven't suffered that many injuries for his main players. Yes, his linemen to keep on dying, but that's just linemen. No one cares about them, usually. They're just cannon fodder to get punched, usually. But
Yeah, pretty much.
as a Dark Elf player, of course, you rather the linemen get punched instead of your really expensive players. I'm surprised I have yet to see an assassin. I really would like to see an assassin. Of course, assassins like niche picks for Dark Elves, but I'd love to see an assassin on the team. I'm not gonna lie. But
Yeah, I think the reason the assassin hasn't shown up is the fact that he's just been having to pay for replacements for the, witch elves and his linemen and stuff.
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to. An assassin is very, as you said, is a very niche pick. He's one of those those players you pick up once you have an established team.
Exactly. But either way, Malt is looking very good for his next match and his for the I can't even speak, for his next match and the playoffs. There you go. But either way, good job to you, Malt, for destroying Johnny and trying to decrease his team value that he should have already gotten rid of. And we are going to confirm this round and talk about the predictions for the upcoming matches. And since we're talking about Malt, and since he was on the last part of the leaderboards at the top, let's talk about it again, I guess. I mean, why not? He gets to fight the Undead. So Dark Elves versus the Undead.
Serial Killers United.
This
I will admit,
is going to be an interesting match.
Yeah, it will be. Just I will admit, I think we can both agree going into it that Malt does have the ball handling advantage here, mostly because of his blitzes.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
We can easily say also that Malt is probably the more experienced player between these two. Now, I can say this about Maz. He knows how to play defense very well with his Undead team. He's learned how to really make it difficult, but you're fighting against Elf BS here.
And this is not just normal Elf BS. This is an Elf Blitzer with 5 agility and leap.
My tip to you is to use your Strength Up Ghoul. Make sure that he gets only a 1 die or red dice against your Ghoul. Yes, you only have dodge and he has blodge, but it'll make your chances for a cage even better because he can only do so much. Now, granted, if he gets the ball, yeah, good luck at getting that. You're going to probably have to use your whites or your Ghoul, or if it's close enough, a mummy to bring him down. It's going to be a tough match. It's going to be like Maz is the underdog here.
I will say in Maz's favor, he does have 200 gold to spend. He has money.
Yes.
So what he needs to do is this match is very much going to be. He needs to invest that money wisely in order to, because a wizard at this stage at just the right moments to just even if you just have the wizard just lightning strike the fucking +5 agility elf just alone to try and kill him that would be a worthwhile investment, I think.
I wouldn't really do that. I wouldn't spend my petty cash. Now, I would spend 50,000 on something. I don't care which. Get a zombie or whatever. You want to decrease that value so you don't get extra team value. Because once you're past 150k, it adds on to your team value. So that's another 50k above his 520, which actually gives Malt 20 petty cash. I'm pretty sure that.
Another thing that's
yeah.
Just another thing that Maz might be inclined to do is he might be inclined to kick ex-convict off his team. Because I'm pretty sure that is a recent add-on from Britonia, who has no SP, and knocking it off, that lowers the team value by 40k. It might not be much, but
yeah,
combine that with spending his own money in order to buy upgrades. He needs all the advantages he can get.
Yeah. Now I will say this about Maltz versus Maz's team. Maz has 2 cheerleaders and 2 coach assistants. Now his fan factor is 6 versus 9. But with the cheerleader and the coach assistant, it should make it to where Maz should get most of those kickoff event roles. So that could actually change in his favor too. If he gets like a couple blitzes, or like his player, like someone throws a rock at one of Malt's players and stuns them, that could be a potential game changer. But it's going to be strength versus speed in this match. I mean, I think that of course Malt has way more block, but yeah. My suggestion to Maz here, I think he needs to, of course, once you bring an elf down, foul the living crap out of him if you can, because you're going to need to get those players off the field. He's going to have a loner, so get rid of the loner as quick as you can. And he's going to have a lineman with no stats on the line, obviously. If you can get rid of his line, you can start digging into his more valuable players. So that's my suggestion to Maz. Foul and just try to destroy his team the best you can. I don't expect him to hurt the blitzers that much because of guard and blodge, obviously. And be aware of your cage, because that, as you find Philippe Blodger, is going to be a pain in your rear end, I assure you. Because, I mean, look at the Wood Elves with their freaking war dancers. That's this guy.
Yeah, that's sort of what I meant by the fact that buying a wizard, if only just to lightning strike that son of a bitch, might actually be. If you can get him badly injured from that, that would be fucking worth the investment.
It would be. It's just like 150k that's not a guaranteed injury, and you might as well just keep it for the playoffs to increase your chances of getting through them, obviously.
True.
So that's my take on it. But let's talk about the prediction. What do you think the score is going to be, right quick? Right?
Honestly, I don't mean this against Az, because as you said, he is a good defensive player. I just this is just a feeling like the Dark Elves at this point have just their blitzes are just insane.
Yes.
And will be able to just handle this ball so fucking well and play it so well that there's just not, unless he gets a few good injuries in very early on, it's going to be a very high-scoring Dark Elf game.
That's how I'm feeling. I think Maz might get a touchdown, but it's probably going to be Malt winning this one. I feel like it's probably going to be a 3-1 Malt winning here. He's been doing that constantly against teams, and I feel like this is probably going to be the case here. I feel like Maz's defense is going to hold him off for a little bit, or hold him off where he can get a touchdown. Now, if he can get injuries, that's a different story, but that's only if he can get injuries.
If you can start thinning out, because that, as I said, can undead get like a chainsaw?
I think they can. I'm pretty sure they can. I might be wrong, but I think they can.
Because here's the fun thing: elves don't have that high an armor value, and chainsaw by default lowers the armor thing they need to get breakthrough by 3.
Correct. I think most of their armor value is 8, and some of them are 7. So if you can get a chainsaw against a witch elf or a armor value 7 player, I think he only has the witch elves though. That's armor value 7 because he lost his runner. So I don't think a chainsaw of course would be pretty good to just take against him and hurt his team, but a chainsaw is also like a 50-50 chance on if he doesn't get a 1. If he gets a 1, then the chainsaw probably is going to hurt himself, either killing himself or injuring himself. That's the most common thing about a chainsaw, getting a 1. And it's going to be hard to reroll because they have loner. So, just
there's also the fact that there's also the risk with chainsaws of, yes, using a chainsaw against your enemy lowers the threshold by 3, but on the other side, if the chainsaw gets hit, their armor value goes down by 3 as well.
Correct. And what I suggest, if you do get a chainsaw, bring a guy down and then foul him, because that increases, of course the foul is going to be increased by 3, but if you start surrounding him, it's going to increase the chances of breaking armor. But yeah, like I said, I think it's be a 1-3 for Malt winning. I don't know, did you say the score?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Are you going to agree with me?
Yours sounds about right,
Okay.
honestly. Just 3-4. 3-4 on Dark Elf's team. Just I mean, I hope it's 3-4 because that +5 agility with leap is a pain in the. It is a hard threshold
Yeah, that is going
to
to be
deal with.
that's a star. That's one of the star players. I can guarantee you that his blitzers are star players. Period. But let's move on
Mm.
to the next match, and that's going to be me versus the Ember Knights. Yeah,
I
this.
do not envy you. I.
uh, it's gonna be a match.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a match, but let's face it, the Ember Knights at this stage are scary.
They kind of are and kind of not. It depends on the situation. Um, I'm a player that knows how to target specific key pieces. Obviously, I've done that with almost every single match I played. That's what I do. I hunt your good players down. I try to kill them, and a good chunk of time, if I get successful rolls, I do. If not kill them, I injure them, and I have 2 killing pieces on the field that you have to worry about. Which, of course, yes, he can target him, but his maximum killing power is his blitzer. He has Mighty Blow. That's his main killing power. Of course, the tackle piece is obviously very strong. Guard is always very strong, and Dirty Player. That's also kind of strong. But I have the team value, which means I'm gonna get petty cash, so I can get inducements. Obviously, I won't say what I'm gonna get because Oathmaster is watching me right now. But his team is very unique. He has of course, his blitzers are key targets, and if a blitzer goes down, that means it's going to be a little bit easier for me to hurt the rest of his team because his blitzers are his team pretty much. Once I take out the blitzers, if I can, then the rest of the team will fall. Period.
Admittedly, Squire Scott's isn't bad either. That +4 strength is. Yeah, that's a pretty solid thing on a blocker.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. His team is solid. His blockers are starting to get level ups. I mean, strength 4 on that blocker is really good. And the guard on the other blocker is really good. And of course, lineman all having Finn is actually really good too. He's going to obviously put them on the line, and when he's attacking, he's going to put his blockers or his blitzers on the line. That's all. That's a guarantee. Obviously, I'll tell you this right now, Oathmaster, just because what I said at the beginning, I am going to try to kill Marcus because that Marcus is part of Gears of War. My team is actually a parody of the Locust in Gears of War. So I'm going to try to kill Marcus just because of that. But I'm going to try to kill most of your blitzers. That's obviously what I'm going to try to do. Granted, my team, if we look at it, I'm losing a killer. I am losing a killer, which it sucks. He's not like actually injured here. He's just missing X games, so it's not going to be a big deal in the playoffs. But I am missing that killer. I will get something else, including inducements. But my team overall is actually pretty strong too. His biggest.
Oh yeah,
problem,
your troll's gonna.
Oh
yeah,
yes.
your troll's gonna be is a scary son of a bitch to deal with.
No,
Though I don't.
He has dauntless.
I don't think that's. Yeah, that's true. True, but I do. Oh, I don't think Claw is gonna be much of an impact here, since none of his people have over armor value 9.
Well, if they have armor value 8, Claws can actually do a big deal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Claws actually change it from a 9+, because I think that's what armor is with an 8. It makes it a 9+. So Claws makes it an 8+, and then I have Mighty Blow on them.
Nice.
And of course I have goblins, and these goblins are ridiculous. You can ask freaking the dwarf team that I fought last week, and yeah. And like I said, I will get some cash.
To quote the Venture Brothers, they are the perfect They're the perfect balance of expendable and expendable and immortal. No, immortal. I can't remember the exact
they're
quotes.
goblins. But I have 3
immortal.
goblins with extra heads. I have one with diving tackle and block, so I mean he had blodge. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun match. It's gonna be interesting. Hopefully I don't get Nuffle too bad because let's face it, I've been getting Nuffle pretty hard lately. Not as worse as some teams. I'm not gonna lie. Prim. But yeah, it's gonna be a match. It's gonna be a fun one. I'll let you put your piece in there and say the score.
You can't. I'm going to say maybe 2-3 in favor of the Ember Knights, but that's sort of depending on Nuffling and if you don't start killing people.
Yeah. I need to start hurting people as quick as I can. You're not wrong about that.
All right. Next one, the
Wait,
Cheerful Chastisers versus the Goth Clan.
Before we go to that, what did you say the score was? I didn't quite hear you on that.
2-3 in favor of the Amber Knights.
Oh, okay, 2-3. All right. Just want to hear. I don't know if I heard it, but yeah. Either way, back to what you're saying.
Yeah, Cheerful Chastisers versus the Goth Clan.
Ooh, wait, now this will be a slobber knocker here. Both really strong teams. One is missing 2 Black Orcs, obviously, and I'm just gonna say here, Chaos is very freaking scary.
Yeah, not as scary as they could be, but yeah, they're getting up there.
I mean, yeah, of course they could be a lot scarier than what they are right now. Obviously, if it was my team, with my Chaos team, they're gonna be a lot higher just because I know how to play Chaos. But for how Pig Dog has chosen his team, he has a lot of block. He has 3 claw players, and he has a block claw Minotaur with Mighty Blow, obviously coming up. So that Minotaur.
No, he's got Mighty Blow. He's got
No,
gets it by default.
That's what I said. A block claw Mighty Blow piece. And horns, for that matter.
Yeah.
So he can go and blitz that troll and don't give 2 craps.
Yeah, I will admit that I've only seen. Basically, I was trying out a team composition for just as a possible for next season when we're selecting teams and all that. And I remember doing a Chaos team. Just the idea was you pick the Minotaur and the Beastmen. You didn't get the Chaos Warriors. Just off the bat. Yeah. That particular Minotaur got block, guard, I believe tentacle, and let's see what else is he? I'm trying to remember what else he's got. Hold on a second.
And Romkey, I said slobber knocker, not whatever you freaking typed in there.
Let's see. Ah, yes, here we go. He has block, guard, block, tentacles, and tackle.
Wow, that does.
That's
sound
a
like
Minotaur.
Yeah, that's a scary Minotaur
Yeah. That is a Minotaur that is designed to capture and kill.
Indeed, and I'm gonna agree with Maul right here. It's gonna be critical. It's gonna be involving blocks here. Whoever can get the better blocks and injuries and armor rolls is going to win the game. Now, I will say this about Black. He's an orc player that does play the ball a little bit. And his team is not really that fast. So the Beastmen and the Chaos should be able to keep up with him. So yeah, in this one, I'm gonna have to give the favor to the Chaos. They just have more block. Of course, they have better SVP. Their big guy is way better. Now, coaching, the coaches, Pig Dog is not as experienced as Black here. Black has a lot of victories under his belt with Black Orcs down. And yeah, it really depends on the injuries. It depends on who gets the better dice. It depends on who can get touchdowns and who can defend better. So it's gonna be a tough one. I say that the line is gonna be in Pig Dog's favor. I fought Pig Dog in a friendly, and he destroyed me. Granted, I made it a tie. I was able to get a lucky tie, but he destroyed my team. That Minotaur and Rom fought fist to cuff, back to back. Rom was able to KO or stun him, and he stunned Rom. But that block is the big deciding factor for that Minotaur. So.
Oh hell yes.
In my opinion, I'm going to give the advantage to Pig Dog here. I'm going to give the coaching advantage to Black just because of experience. And what do I think the score is going to be? I think Pig Dog might be able to scratch a score. I mean, it really depends on injuries, and I think he's going to get it. I think Pig Dog's going to win 2-1. Sorry, Black. I think you're good. Your team is good and everything. You probably want to take out a couple Beastmen, but I just feel like that the Chaos team is going to just be able to hold against the Black Orc team. Now, I fought, or not Black Orc team, but Orc team. But I fought Orcs when I played Beastmen, and I got knuckled. If the armor wants to say that you're paper, then the Orc's going to win, obviously. But yeah, I think Chaos is going to win.
Yeah, I will admit I see where you're coming from with Chaos winning. I can see where it comes from, especially because of that Minotaur is going to be the absolute worst bloody nightmare for pretty much all of the Orcish team, because yeah, that clause will probably be doing some work.
Oh, yes, and there's two other P-Part
But
players with Claw, too.
I'm inclined to. I'm going to say I feel like this is going to be a draw.
I can see a draw, too. But
yeah, a 1-1
like,
draw. But yeah, it could. As I said, this one's gonna. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. This one's gonna come down to who Snuffle's smiling upon.
pretty much. And there is, like what Ronky said, a TV difference. It's gonna be like a 200 TV difference, I believe, something like that. Wait, I take that back. It's gonna be a near 300, but yeah, 2 something. So that's gonna be pretty good. It's probably gonna be a wizard or a bribe or a star player, maybe in another troll, which would be actually amazing. If he gets another troll, that means his line's gonna be a little bit stronger, and it's gonna be a little more difficult for Big Dog to break through. Do I think that's gonna matter? Maybe. It really depends on the injury rolls, like we said before. But anyway, it's gonna be a game, and we're gonna all enjoy it. I feel like that. I know that something's gonna get injured or something's gonna die. I swear, Black, if you get another freaking Black Orc dead, I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know if you like Orcs anymore. I think you just like seeing your Black Orcs die all the time. But either way,
Maybe he's secretly a hobgoblin.
maybe he is. Either way, next match is actually going to be you versus the Necromantic team.
Yep.
Well,
yes, it is.
Since JW Rules is your opponent, how are you going to break down his team? What do you think about it? What is the key targets to his team, and what are you kind of scared against, and what should he be scared of you against?
Well, I will admit I am considering the idea of kicking. I have been looking at my team's value. Noticed that it's gotten somewhat inflated, and I am tempted to kick. That it might be worth kicking Order 66 just to try and lower it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because I sadly can't afford a replacement Saurus for either of the two ones that have less movement.
Mm-hmm.
But as for his team, I will admit that the two things that I'm particularly worried about are his werewolf and Vlad the Wrathful.
Yes. I can see why.
Yeah, Vlad the Wrathful in particular is where I'm concerned, because yeah, that pole playing ability is always good. Plus, he can play the ball, he can fight. That is a bad combination to go up against.
Yeah, he's definitely a ball carrier, or somewhat of a ball carrier. If not a ball carrier, a ball grabber, and then throw it to a werewolf or a ghoul or something.
Yeah, as for the werewolf, it's not so much the werewolf itself that I'm worried about. It's the fact that he's got a full fucking roster. So that werewolf will...
of players.
Yeah. Yeah, most of them are zombies. I'm pretty sure we now know who was killed from the Amazon team. Hot girl at the party number 1. Yeah.
I wonder how hot she is now. Oh, it's undead. God, gosh, my eyes.
But yeah, this is very much a case of he might just win this through sheer attrition.
Maybe so. And I can tell you this about JW Rules. He's similar to me. He likes to foul, and he has the players to do so. So expecting a zombie to run over to one of your sources or one of your skinks and say, "Hey, here's my undead cleat boot in your face." That's probably what's going to happen. It's going to be... I can see Trush and Trum run around fouling against undead while the undead is trying to foul against the Lizardman team. It's going to be a fouling war, isn't it? If they don't get sent
hell
off.
yes. Yeah, it's very much a case of I've got people who have abilities to foul, So they've got abilities that they can probably get away. They can potentially get away with it more, but
Mhm.
at the same time, they literally have just the sheer weight of numbers.
Yeah, that's
I
the
might
thing.
like that might be worth keeping Order 66 around for this match
I
because
think so too. I think he's
yeah,
not that much
because
SPP against you. I think he's gonna get 80. No, he's gonna get 50k, I believe. No, 40k.
yeah,
So he's not even gonna get enough for a blood wiser babe unless he spends cash, which he probably will do. But at the same sense, I say keep Order 66 just because it's gonna be involving a lot of fouls. You probably Russian Shark's probably gonna get called out. You're fouling again. Get out of here or something. I can see it right now. But
mm,
let me move on to the score. You can't really say much because this is your match. Uh, but this is gonna be an interesting one. I think he got the edge here. Just because I see how JW Rules plays. If his werewolves can hurt any of your sources, it's gonna be a different match. And if you lose too many of your skinks, it's gonna be in his advantage. So you gotta play cautiously, but also trying to hurt his team at the same time. Undead's hard to hurt.
mm,
Now his armor can become
mm.
like paper. I played Undead in a another league, and they got destroyed. But if he succeeds his roles, that's where you gotta be really cautious and aware of your positioning. So I think I'm gonna give you the advantage here. I think it's going to be a 2-1, you winning, and it's gonna be a very fun match. I think it's probably gonna be one of the better matches of the week.
mm. I'll try to make it so, if nothing else.
But
I
either way,
can't say anything about it because my own match,
yeah, of course.
obviously. But
Uh,
anyway,
let's move
humans
on.
versus humans.
Yep.
Midgard Raiders versus Rumkeys Rumkeys.
And this is going to be an interesting match. The Norse team has 1,520. The human team has 1,420. So Romkey's going to get 100,000, or not 100,000, but he's going to get 100k in petty cash. His team is hurting. He's lost 2 guard players. He still has his ogre, which is down to freaking. Well, he already had a Jody one, which really doesn't matter. He has a lot of block, just like the Norse. He also has 2 mighty blow pieces that's still up. And yeah, 4 rerolls. It's really good. Wait, how much does Johnny have? I'm just curious. How many rerolls does Johnny have? He has 4 as well. This is actually going to be a really, really close match. I can see this actually being a tie.
Yeah, I could see that. I guess the only real the major factor here is the fact that the Norse team, who traditionally don't have the best armor, have his version of it has consistently even less than normal.
Yeah. You're right.
Because that could very easily swing it. But
very well could.
But yeah, this will be interesting. This will be a match to watch.
I think it's just gonna be something ridiculously stupid. I feel like there's gonna be a few mistakes here and there. I feel like Romkey might get lucky here, but I feel like it's gonna be a tie at the same time. If Johnny plays correctly, if he can, I hope he's starting to learn how to play Blood Bowl. I swear, after the last 2 seasons, he's absorbed some, but then just fall on his face on the floor. It's like, I don't care about Blood Bowl. I was like, what?
I feel like at this point, there's a very real. I'm just gonna put this out there. There's a very real chance that I feel like after the season, but before the next one starts, I'm tempted to try and take Johnny aside and just put him through Blood Bowl boot camp, just to see if we can at least get him to the point where he actually will be able to play. At least when he picks a team, he'll at least understand how to play it properly.
Hey, it's all good. I think we're getting a lot of new players for this upcoming season, anyways. By the way, whoever's watching, if you feel like you want to join this new and seeing these analysis, you can just try to message me on the chat, and I'll try to recruit you. But of course, one requirement is you got to record and whatnot. But back to what we're saying. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a tie. I think the Yeti is probably going to hurt the ogre, or the ogre is going to hurt the Yeti. And I feel like Johnny's going to probably be losing a couple more armor value 6 players, if not lose even more players to armor value. There is 100 petty cash for Romkey, so I can see Romkey spending a little bit of his petty cash and getting a chainsaw. I can see that. Or he might get something else. I don't know. But it's gonna be
I
interesting.
mean, to be fair, Chainsaw would. I mean, let's be fair, Chainsaw would be freaking devastating against a
Armor value
low.
6.
Yeah.
Oh. Now you do have guard Rumkey, but I don't think it's gonna matter so much because he has 2 4 strength guys, and you have 1. And yes, it's only you have 2 guard. Yes, your ogre and your lineman. On the line against it, I think it might matter a little bit, but once they're all scattered and everything, it's not gonna matter as much because they're gonna get punched. And everyone has blocks, so well, most everyone on Johnny's team has blocks besides his Yeti and his Ulfrinair. So he outblocks you. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I think it's gonna be a 1-1 tie or a 2-2 tie. But yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I'm happy to say the same.
Now, let's talk about this next match. It is the Ogres versus the Amazons. Okay. That is... I don't know what to say about this match. It's going to be something. The Ogre's going to get petty cash. A lot of petty cash. And I feel like...
I feel like the way this match is going to go is the Amazons are going to win it, but Painful Suffering, Pirate Joe, instead of trying to win this match, his victory is going to come from dedicating all of his resources to killing and maiming as much of the Amazons as possible.
You know the bad thing here? Like, even if he loses or wins the match, he's still be in last place. So he gets to fight the Amazons again. And in this situation, like, I know that he's probably going to lose. He might get a tie. I mean, he tied against me, and my team got destroyed. But the armor value, like, is similar. I mean, yes, Gojira has dodge and block on his blitzers, but he only has dodge on his regular people. Which, freaking for that matter, against Pirate Joe, that can just probably throw knobbers for all freaking day long. It's not going to matter. His objective here is probably picking up with this Agi 3 Ogre, just holding the ball while the freaking Amazons try to hit it, while they just keep on knocking off his chest, boom, bouncing off and dying while they're flying off the freaking ground. And then I'm gonna see one of these Ogres. They're probably gonna run up and blitz one of these Amazons. They either they're gonna dodge or they're not. They go down since they have armor value 5 or not 5, but armor value 6 and 7. He's gonna pile on with his freaking gigantic ogre body and probably crush him to death.
This is very much a case of painful. Pirate Joe has a unique advantage here in that the only players of his that are on the field are the ogres. Everything else related to this match, the money he's going to be spending before it, the Noblas, not his. He is fully... Yeah, all he really needs to do is just keep his ogres together so that the Amazons can't pick them off one by one, and he can not only survive... He can not only survive this, but everything else can just be dedicated to murdering Amazons.
Now, my tip for Gojira... Now, Gojira, he's a really good player. He is undefeated right now. He's probably going to win this match, which makes him undefeated for this season. I mean, I'm going to actually have to cheer on Pirate Joe here. I actually would like to see him win in this match. Because, like, this Ogre team is so flipping scary. They all have piling on besides his Agi block piece. And Mighty Blow. That is so flipping scary. And the thing is, this is ironic. This is ironic. Joe knows how to fight against an Amazon team because he loves playing Amazons. So I can even see the upset here.
See, this is very much the case of, as I was saying, honestly, the cheer squad's probably going to win it, this particular match. But Pirate Joe's job in this match isn't so much to win as to maim. Yeah. Because, as you just said, he's facing them first He's facing them first when we get to the finals.
Most likely, yeah.
So any, like, even just missed game would be... Just a couple of missed games would be a huge thing in his favor going forwards.
Even if he did win, he will still be last because of his losses. And he'll still be under mass because he has less losses and more draws. So it's a lose-lose for Gojira here. He's going to have to fight the Ogres twice.
Mm. Yeah, so this is very much a case with, as I was saying with Pirate Joe, he doesn't need to focus on winning. The ball, as far as I'm concerned, just him. The ball is just means a means of picking a next target.
My tip to Joe, if he's listening, I don't know if you would watch this or not, but just keep the ball as a means for him to try to like for Gajir to pick the ball up. Once he picks the ball up, of course you're gonna have him surrounded by nobblers, obviously, but just like get your ogres near it and then blitz with him so you can target his ball carrying piece and destroy him. Just freaking destroy him.
Yeah, all he needs to do is just get the ball to his ogre and just prevents the Amazons from gaining SP and leveling up.
Yeah.
That's literally all he needs to do.
Yep.
That
Just get your nobblers. Like I say, do all your blocks with the ogres first. If you have any spare ogres, move them a little bit back so where you can cover the ball a little bit. Get your nobblers to surround the ball. Eventually, try to pick up the ball with a loner nobbler, and yeah, just hold the ball. Just hurt them. You get to fight them twice.
Hold the ball, throw nobblers at them. That's really all.
Incoming missile. But I feel like let's go ahead and talk about the match. We already know that he's going to do a lot of injuries against him or something else like that. Unless he gets bad dice rolls, obviously. But if he gets any kind of pals, it's going to be a freaking squish blood. But the roll I can't speak. The touchdowns and the score. I believe that Gajira's probably going to win 2-0 or 3-1.
Yeah, that sounds about right, but I will just say, as I was saying before, this is a very rare situation where Pirate Joe, it doesn't really matter if he wins or not. It's very much a case of what he should focus on is just wrecking the Amazon team.
Pretty much, because once you get done wrecking them, you get to fight them again, and then wreck them some more and win that time. In the place where it matters.
This match doesn't matter if Pirate Joe wins. It's the next one that does.
Pretty much.
And this is the one that's going to set the groundwork for that.
Pretty much. So I say, don't worry about buying your nobblers. Just keep your loners and just destroy this Amazon team. So you're going to have to fight them next time because just because of seeding. So yeah, enjoy it, Joe, because I know you're going to have some witty comments to freaking Gajira when you're done. Either way.
Yeah. I feel like we're about to see Pirate Joe fully embrace the power of despair simply because...
Don't say that three times. You might freaking actually call him.
Yeah. As I said, this is a case of it doesn't matter if he wins. Doesn't matter if he wins. This is literally the case of victory doesn't matter. All it matters is causing pain.
Indeed. But either way, let's move on to the High Elves versus the Chaos Dwarfs.
Yep. This is gonna be fun.
I can hear like someone like Nappa saying, this is gonna be fun! Oh man.
I will just having a quick look at the High Elves, because I haven't looked at them for a while.
The Chaos Dwarfs gonna have petty cash of 280.
That's a fairly sizable amount.
Indeed.
How much actual cash do they?
They have 110k for petty cash.
Yeah, so they could very easily get a halfling master chef. Which, just having a quick look, yeah, because the High Elves only have 3 team rerolls.
Yeah, I don't say get a halfling master chef. I say get a wizard, or a bribe.
Oh wait, hang on, that was the wrong team. What? Sorry, wrong one.
He has 4 rerolls.
Yeah, I was looking at the Amazons. My bad. It was the high team value. It was the high team value that just tricked me.
Yeah, he has extremely high team value. He has the highest team value in the league right now.
True, but just consider the an argument for the Master Chef is High Elves in this coming match when it's Chaos Dwarves versus High Elves. Chaos Dwarves have the full-on advantage when it comes to the fight.
Oh, definitely, and he has a lot of tackle too, and he has a strength. So, in fighting piece to piece, the Chaos Dwarfs have it. But talking about speed and positioning,
that will be the high.
Diaphil knows how to play the high elves to use them in their full potential.
I get that. Why the reason I'm saying the Master Chef is a good one here is the less rerolls that's better than humans have access to, well, yes, they've got the advantage with speed and positioning, but bad rolls, if they don't have the rerolls, then they're in a lot of trouble.
You're not wrong. But the thing is, Scythe can only get 3 rerolls from him if he gets a really good roll on the Master Chef.
True, but let's be honest. Just any reduction of rerolls is still, for the high elves, that's still like 100k's worth of gold. That's just no longer effective.
I mean, you're not wrong. But the thing is, the high elf is not going to use that many rolls. He's going to blitz with his blitzers, obviously. He's going to block with them, obviously. He doesn't really have to worry too much about dodging out because he has agility 4 and 5. He doesn't really have to worry about passing too much because he has pass, agility 5, and catch. So it's going to be like he's going to be playing the ball big time. That's the high elf's job. The Chaos Dwarfs is going to guard the ball and try to deny access for the high elves to do anything. But
I will make the argument that dodge might not be as important here, since a lot of the Chaos Dwarf team has tackle.
I mean, I know that is the case. Tackle is his front line, but those Chaos Dwarfs are very, very, very slow. They have 3, or one of them's 3, because, well, he's going to be missing next game, but they're going to have 4 movement allowance, and the high elves have, on average, 6 to 9.
Admittedly, Bubba's going to have a whole lot of fun with this one.
Yeah, Bubba will. Doesn't he have tackle as well? Or does
he does.
Yeah, Bubba is the high elf's biggest nightmare right now. He has block, tackle, and mighty blow. So if I was Scythe, I'll be using Bubba since he has strength up and he has the same speed as his fastest elf, besides the Go Force, to blitz the living crap and destroy all of his team if he can. Good luck with the armor because Dialpha's been really lucky on armor value rolls, or injury rolls, I should say.
I mean, let's be honest. I feel like that's. I'm just gonna call it now. I feel like when there's going to be the highlight points of the season, I feel like we're gonna have a bunch of just points with Bubba just having banjo music playing as he just dominates people
while punching someone. And then you hear it all say, "Oh!" and then crack.
Yeah.
But I think we'll all agree with Ronky saying that we want to see some elf slaughter.
Yeah, we saw the Dark Elves. We saw the Dark Elf massacre.
Yeah.
Now it's time to see some High Elves get
High Elves time to die. Come on, Scythe, embrace your inner Cell because we all know that you like Cell because your background on your update videos. So become like Cell and destroy mankind. Destroy the Earth if you have to.
I mean, this season's been a very good elf slaughter season because we had the Wood Elves take some serious losses early on,
they had
to the points where once again they've had to quit the league. They've had to quit the league.
Man, I'm gonna have to play the Wood Elves and just go through the entire league because I'm not gonna quit. Because we have yet to have a Wood Elf team go through the entire league without quitting. I mean, I can't blame it on Ben. Ben was a really good candidate, but of course he had other things he had to take care of, obviously. But yeah, we need a Wood Elf team to stay in the league. So I might have to pick up them.
Yeah, we'll see what happens we'll see what happens next season because I'm fairly certain we've got a fair few people coming for next season.
Oh, we should have enough players in this next season to have everyone play one race, if not some of them. Like I have an idea for what it is. We have more players, but we should have everyone playing at least one race per team. So yes, you heard it. 24 players, 24 races in this upcoming season, most likely.
And it's gonna be interesting as hell to see if the Wood Elves make it to the fucking end.
Well, what else
Because if they
is a really
fail,
good team.
then if because let's face it, one is a coincidence, two is what's the saying here? Like once is a coincidence, two is a pattern.
I don't know that one. I know you can pick your nose, you can pick your friend's nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose or something like that. Your friend can pick his nose, something like that. But that's another one. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see if the Wood Elves are as next season if the Wood Elves curse continues.
But let's say the score right quick before we move on to the dwarves versus rats right quick.
This one's a tricky one because it will either be a high-scoring game in favor of the elves because elf bullshit, or it'll be a low-scoring game in favor of the dwarves because they've murdered the elves.
I hope it's the second one here, but I feel like that. I feel like the high elves going to win it. It's probably going to be a 3-2-1, like against Bretonia. And I feel like I really want the elves to sustain some injuries. I think we all do. They haven't suffered any main injuries besides Spider-Man dying. And yes, that was a great death that we all enjoyed. But we need to see more high elf deaths.
I mean, to be fair, if there's a team to inflict high elf death, it's gonna be Chaos Dwarves.
You're not wrong. But either way, let's move on to our last match for this week. And it is WWE versus the Rats. And, I mean, we should say, the Loner Rats. Because...
the remaining rats.
The Loner Rat, because his team's going to be full of loners. I mean, his team's going to come back, obviously, but it's just disgusting. His main player, obviously, is going to be the Gutter Runner. His main blitzers is going to be the Storm Vermin and the Rat Lineman with Block. Yeah, this is not going to be a good match for him. He's going to have to fight dwarfs. He might be able to run around with his Gutter Runner until he gets cornered. But, yeah, it's not going to be a good one.
Yeah, like how much in the way of inducements is the goddamn Rat's gonna get?
He's going to get about around,
Because, let's see, he's got 3 people left alive, or left standing, so that means he's gonna get 8 linemen.
8 times 50, which is, I can't remember. It's going to make it 400, so 400 plus the current team value. Which is the current team value? Oops, didn't mean to do that.
560.
560. He's going to have 960, and the dwarves have 250, so... Oops. He's going to have...
He'll have 200.
290.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, if he chips in some cash, he'll be able to get a Master Chef, but...
Again, I don't think a
Master
Chef's going to be a big deal here. Because the dwarves...
Dwarves have 3 rerolls.
Okay, the dwarves, they have block on everything, so I don't think the reroll is going to really matter here. I mean, maybe picking up the ball, but he has a runner with agility 3, by default, obviously, and sure hands. And he has block. So, I don't think the Master Chef is the good choice here. I think getting someone that can punch through armor like that rat with claws is the best choice here.
Yeah, that's a fair one. Or a chainsaw.
Or a chainsaw, yeah. But it's going to be tough for him.
Or a wizard.
Yeah, wizard definitely is another option. Or even bribes for that matter. It's not going to be a fun match for Grim. I believe that he's probably going to lose this one. It's probably going to be a 2-1, or maybe it might be a 2-2 tie if the Gutter Runner survives long enough. But I don't feel like the Rats is going to win this one.
No, you're probably right on that one. The odds of them winning, it's not good.
It's not at all.
Admittedly, he can fully embrace the Stalinish tactics of sacrificing the loners.
Pretty much.
Because fuck them. But that's... So it's kind of like the same deal with the painful suffering in that most of his team is just going to be... he doesn't care if it lives or dies.
Pretty much. It's all loners. Why would you care? Only bad thing is that the loner's probably going to absorb his MVP, which would suck. But either way, good luck to you, Grim. I hope you can try to win. You are the underdog here, so I think a lot of people will cheer for the underdog.
Well, the under rats in this case.
Well, they're not under rats. My rats are the under rats, okay? But yeah, good luck.
And
'cause,
that's what how
yeah,
Skaven that's how Skaven arguments to the death start.
I know, right? Well, my rats get horned rats easier, so shut up. But anyways, I want to go to the Hall of Fame right quick before I end this stream. And I want to look at the players. I haven't done that. We'll probably look at it at the highlights for this season, obviously. But the most experience in the league is Jeremy.
Fucking fucking Jeremy.
Now,
Try and kill Jeremy.
I'm going to try my best to kill as many freaking Gorilla Knights as I can. I assure you, I'll try. But yeah, we don't have many, like, bizarre ones. We got, of course, the Amber Knights. We got the Goth Clan. We got one Undead. So Sugar Bear, that is actually pretty surprising. And we got a couple of your guys. Russian Trump's up there. He's number 6 in the top 10. Rom is in the top 20.
He's drawn with Sugar Bear. He's drawn with Sugar Bear by 1.
Rom is the most veteran big guy in the league, so I'm really happy about that. The most violent is Dromkey, followed by Sugar Bear, followed by Zoggett, and then Rom. And your guys is in there. Alien Overlord and yeah.
Antichrist are both 7 and 8 respectively.
So yeah, the most or the best receivers, obviously. Wow, it's actually freaking it's Norse.
Yeah.
It's Norse,
Norse followed by rats,
and then by orcs. That is weird. I mean, I can see rats, but like we have elves here. Okay.
Actually, is that rat still alive? That's a.
No.
I'm just gonna quickly check to see if that particular. Yeah, he's still alive. He's the gutter runner that has a plus strength. He's got 2 niggling injuries.
Wow. And
so he's alive, but he's not gonna be alive much longer.
Yeah. I think Black is really happy with the serial killers because Zoggett is in number 1 spot. I know Russian Trump wants some revenge, so hopefully he can get a kill against. What are you fighting? Humans? No. You're fighting. Fighting Chaos.
I was like undead. I'm fighting the necromantic. That's the one.
Yeah. Well, you could probably kill a zombie with Russian Trump. So I wish you luck with that. Hopefully Rom or Karn can kill someone and get up there.
I mean, I'm looking at the full list of 20. I've got at least 3. I've got at least, alongside Trump for serial killers, I've got at least 2 other skinks on just in the top 20.
Yeah, it's
just false flat and Clinton emails.
Either way, best interceptions. We have 2. Duke is number 1. He had the first interception, and then Kate the Catcher had an interception in their match. So that's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, good on them.
And the biggest brutes, obviously, there's a freaking ogre there. He has 12, followed by a dark elf. I'm pretty sure that's a blitzer of Harrison Fraud. Is he a fraud of Harrison? And then Dromkey, or whatever you call him. He's number 3. Then Rom is 4.
Yeah, followed by Alien Overlords.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of ties there for 3rd. Because I'm seeing because
right.
It's a 4-way. Yeah, it's a 4-way tie for 3rd.
Yep. Best throwers. Number 1 is an orc, and then there's 2 high elves.
They're followed by a hobgoblin.
A hobgoblin. That is pretty funny. And then Toucan Sam is at number 7, which is a ghoul. That's funny. Best rushers, Toucan Sam is number 1. Wow, that's very surprising. Followed by Deborah, then by Jeremy. That is surprising.
Trump's in the Trump top 10, but let's be honest, he's not going to be able to catch up in the time left to get.
Oh, there's play also. You should be able to make it. Or no, you got this last one, so you might. It's gonna be hard for you.
I'm pretty sure I can't get it into the top. He's at 250. I don't think he's gonna get.
Unless you just get like 3. A couple 2-turn touchdowns. But best passer.
All right, best passes. Orc, an elf, and a rat.
Rat.
Hmm.
Still surprised to see an orc. I'm pretty sure that's an orc thrower. That's still weird to see.
Hmm.
Um,
Best scorers. Grail Knight, Jeremy, and Deborah are currently fighting for first, because Deborah's one touchdown behind.
yep. There is a lot of girl knights in the touchdowns.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Grail Knight, yeah. Nathan and Marcus are tied for third with 9.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Hopefully I can get rid of some of
Hmm.
them.
It would be
And
appreciated. Most matches played.
that really doesn't matter because we still got almost everyone alive. A couple of them died. But let's look at the biggest punching bags, which includes Vlad the Unmatched. There's a rat always in there, and there's Duke.
I mean, to be fair, the rat is tied with Vlad.
And
With
Duke
8.
is tied with Clinton Emails, Wolf Dog, or not Dog, but Wolf, and another Norse player. There is a lot of Norse players.
Yeah, that's not surprising. I mean, let's be honest, that's not. It's more surprising that they're not leading this at this point.
Yeah, that's hilarious. But either way, I hope y'all enjoyed this stream. That's the end of this analysis, so we will definitely see you next time in the playoffs. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. Take it easy. And we will see all of you
Indeed.
in the next live stream video, or whatever kind of video on how you watch this. But yeah, later!
Laters.